Yeah, close the door. Okay. Wonderful. So welcome to everybody. Thank you so much for coming to the welcome. And I see people are coming around. Please feel free to stand around here because the first performance will be outside and then the remaining 5 performances will be inside. I'll explain that in a minute in a little bit more detail. But I just want to say thank you for coming to the 3rd Cardiff-by-the-Sea Music and Art Salon. And this one is called 88 Keys, Cinco De Mayo, in order to honor the Steinway grand piano that was donated. Amazingly, David Heat, his wife, passed away, and somehow we'll tell you between some of the performers a little bit more of the story, but we're very grateful. And I heard some of the performers with their sound checks, and it sounds great. So we're in for a real treat. Larry asked me earlier, what is a salon? And a salon back in the 1700s and 1800s, the salon is actually a room in a home or a mansion. And back then, the person, the owner of the home would invite his or her friends to the home, into the salon, to hear the performer of the day. And it was classical music, because that was popular music back then. So I've kept the tradition going and calling it the salon because it's in the home. And I'd like to welcome you to my home. So thank you very much for coming. Really appreciate you being here. Thank you. And, you know, when I envisioned this version of a salon, I thought very deeply about it in honoring Jeannie, my wife, who passed away a little bit more than 3 years ago. And the goal of the salon is to bring people together in community to enjoy music. And I have even a formal mission, and it's to co-create a world of peace, joy, and harmony through building community around music. And so thank you for co-creating this today with me. I really, really appreciate you being here. In addition is the intimate experience of the different performers and the different genres of music and dance that we'll experience today. And each salon is different. Everyone's going to be different. But identifying youth that have great potential is a part of what my intention is, and to encourage them and give them an additional stipend to continue. And we're really going to be treated. Chloe's here. Thank you for being here, Chloe. And she'll be performing second. There'll be a break after the 3rd performance, and 15-minute break, and then we'll reconvene, and then we'll enjoy food and beverages. And thanks very much to Irina's Kitchen. They added the theme, because it's Cinco de Mayo in a couple of days, it's Mexican food. So I hope you stick around for Mexican food and drinks. Also like to thank the volunteers and the donors, and I'll thank them again towards the end. So here, I just want to explain how the flow of the salon will happen. So the first performer, we're in the spirit of Cinco de Mayo, is Ballet Folklorico. And I'm not going to do a full introduction because I'm going to introduce Jim Gilliam, who will introduce them. And I'll introduce Jim. And then they will be dancing right here, outside. So you're in a good position right now to enjoy. People back there, you can reserve your seats, put something on your seat, and then come and stand around in a circle or wherever you can see. And then after their performance, you can take your seat again. And then volunteers will help to reposition these seats so that it'll be like in a semicircle, and you can be close into the remaining 5 performances. Does that make sense? Okay, great. So I'd like to introduce Jim Gilliam. Jim, I actually have his bio, but Jim served as the arts administrator for the city of Encinitas from 2005 to 2021. He was previously arts administrator for the city of Santa Ana. He's got a resume that's really long and deep and in the arts and in music, choral, singing. And so I'm very grateful to also serve on a committee. I'm on a board, and that's the Encinitas Friends of the Arts. The Encinitas Friends of the Arts is a nonprofit, and Cardiff-by-the-Sea Music and Art Salon is a program of Encinitas Friends of the Arts. So your donations are tax deductible as a result. So I'd like to introduce Jim to introduce Ballet Folklorico.
Thank you so much, Hillel. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for being here. So in 2014, one of the great programs we would do in Encinitas at San Diego Academy, we had this phenomenal Encinitas Arts Festival. And it was so exciting and so wonderful. And I had heard about this Ballet Folklorico group from downtown San Diego. And so I hired them to come and perform here in Encinitas. And that is Nadia Arambala right there. And Nadia had this phenomenal folklorico group, like 50 kids, little ones to big ones. Such precision, such expertise. I was so blown away. I said, wow, Encinitas needs this. So I went to Nadia afterwards. I said, hey, you don't happen to have an extra day of the week, do you? And she's like, well, I'm free on Saturdays. I said, well, would you come and start a program here in Encinitas for us? And so she did. So 12 years we have had Ballet Folklorico de San Diego, appropriate to our neighborhood, right? And that is every Saturday, our community center. If you happen to wander in there, Nadia and all of her fabulous teachers are teaching little ones all the way up. They've even added a mother's program. So the moms are now doing Folklorico. So you're going to see a sample, just three dancers of what could be 50, all right, for this. But we welcome Nadia and the dancers from Ballet Folklorico de San Diego.
Thank you, Jim. And so I invite this part of the audience to stand and to come and stand around. It's just for 15 minutes, and then you can reclaim your seats. And we'll just take a couple of minutes, a few minutes to reposition, and then after their performance, we'll do the same. Yeah, come on. You're not going to see so well back there.
ojos de papel volando, negrita de mis pesares, ojos de papel volando, a todos diles que sí, pero no les digas cuando así me dijiste a mí, por eso vivo penando. Me traes a mi negra que la quiero ver aquí con su rebozo de cera. me traes a mi negra que la quiero ver aquí, con sus rebozos de seda que le traje de Tepic.
Hola, compadre Chicharrones, pásatela bien con mi comadre Chencha.
Guadalajara, 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 Guadalajara. Tienes el alma de provinciana, hueles a limpia y rosa temprana. A verde cara, frente de río, son mil palomas tu caserío. Guadalajara, Guadalajara, hueles a pura tierra mojada. Lejanos, ay, ojitos de agua hermano, hay colomitos inolvidables, inolvidables como en las tardes en que la lluvia desde la loma y nos hacía hasta Zapopan. Guadalajara hermosa, quiero decirte una cosa. Tú que conservas agua de pozo y en tus mujeres el que rebozo. Guadalajara, Guadalajara, tienes el alma más mexicana. Guadalajara, Guadalajara, Guadalajara.
Tiene el huizache de haber nacido en el llano. Me gustas más de guarache que del chucho americano.
Sabrosos los capulines, los que se dan en la huerta, y más sabrosos los besos que me daba mi Teresa.
Mi culpa tiene el huizache, de haber nacido en el llano. Me gustas más de guarache que de choclo americano.
La vecina de ahí enfrente tenía una panadería, a los casados les vende y a los solteros les fía.
Mi culpa tiene el huizache, de haber nacido en el llano. Me gustas más de guarache que de choclo americano. Arriba del Cibatán le nombran la agua escondida donde se van a bañar cigualtecas de mi vida. Arriba del Cibatán le nombran la agua escondida donde se van a bañar cigualtecas de mi vida. Ay, sí, sí, ay, no, no, ay, sí, sí, ay, no, no, ay, sí, ay, no, ay, sí, ay, no, de veras sí, de veras no, lo que te dije se te olvidó, al cabo sí, al cabo no. Cigualteco de mi vida, dime quién te bautizó, quién te puso cigualteco para que te cante yo. Cigualteco de mi vida, dime quién te bautizó, quién te puso cigualteco para que te cante yo. Ay, sí, sí, ay, no, no, ay, sí, sí, ay, no, no, ay, sí, ay, no, ay, sí, ay, no, diles que sí, diles que no, cuando ellas quieren no quiero yo, al cabo sí, al cabo no.
Y ay, qué lindas son de desigualdad, sí señor.
has invited us, whoever wants to have their photographs taken during the break, she'll be outside with the dancers and you can have your photograph taken and make it really special. So we're going to reposition these chairs and we're going to ask the volunteers to come and help. And if you wouldn't mind grabbing a chair, make a little semicircular starting just outside. You can even bring it upstate New York. Yep, Melbourne and Sydney are joining us right now live streaming on Facebook, and we welcome them. I hope you're enjoying Ballet Folklorico, and welcome into the Salon. We'll be up next. We're going to have some five different, as you'll see, 5 different performers, and you've seen the QR code with the program. So I hope you enjoy the program. All right. Perfect. You may want to just, if you can get this side for the piano, you're okay. Yeah. As long as you can see and you're comfortable.
Should we move down a bit?
Yeah. Again. Okay. All right. Everybody find their seats. Welcome, welcome. Come on. So I invite you, everyone, since we've transitioned inside and this is a new experience, I invite you to just take 3 deep breaths with me so we can center and be present. Okay, here we go. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Well, I'm very honored to have and introduce to you an 11-year-old classical pianist who is, in my opinion, a prodigy. And that's a word that I don't use very often. She's a 5th grader, and she's in the individual studies virtual program at Chula Vista and in elementary school. And she's here with her mom, Maria. They're right over there. And I understand from Maria's mom that Chloe, she swims. So we have that in common. I swim too. And I also love Chopin and I love Mozart. So those are 2 of my favorite. And she will be performing Mozart's Sonata in D major and Chopin's Etude. It's Opus 10, number 3, and Kabalevsky Rondo Opus 59. So I'd like you to welcome warmly Chloe Wang. Chloe, thank you. Chloe, I want you to look around and see how you've touched all these people. They're standing, it's a standing ovation for your beautiful talent and expression. You expressed yourself in such a beautiful way. Each of those pieces were magnificent. The Chopin piece touched my heart and moved me. Thank you very much. We really enjoyed you. Thank you. Thank you. So up next, welcome to my swimming friends. We're talking about swimming. Steve. Hi there, Karen. Oh, the swimming section's there. Okay, closer to the ocean, I understand. Kind of the Ballet Folklorico with their skirts, and it kind of reminded me of the ocean, but different colors. So I'd like to introduce Peter Pupping. So Peter is originally from the Netherlands, place that Eddie Van Halen came from, right? Eddie Van Halen or Van Halen. But Peter found his way with his entire family to where? To LA? To Long Beach, and made his way down to San Diego. He studied at San Diego State University. He's been a fixture in terms of guitar and in music in North County particularly. The founder of the Encinitas Guitar Orchestra, which was about, how many years ago was that? 25 years. And I saw a holiday Christmas with 40 different guitarists performing, and it was amazing. It was really outstanding. So thank you for being here, Peter. And I don't know, you'll introduce whatever you'll be performing. Yes. And you need a minute just to get plugged in. Okay. Well, then I can keep talking. I just want to say thank you to everyone again for being here. The very fact that you are here means that you support live music and the arts. And I think at a time in this world where things are maybe a little off kilter, put it lightly, you showing up and by being present, you are expressing yourself and thanking and really expressing yourself around music and the arts. So I just want to give you a round of applause. Thank you. Peter, what else can I tell the folks about you? I mean, he's brought 3 guitars. I know he's got I think 17 or 18. How many guitars do you have? Can't remember. Okay. I think I saw them lined up at one point, which is, I'm a guitarist and I love guitar, and I have guitar envy. So, so I'd like to welcome Peter Pupping. So while we're just taking a little break for just making sure that the sound equipment is working, you know, Encinitas Friends of the Arts is a non-profit organization here in North County, San Diego, and there are about a half a dozen different programs, and Cardiff-by-the-Sea Music and Art Salon is one of them. And as I said before, our hope is to really support young and up-and-coming musicians, okay, and to encourage live music performances. And so I think we're up and running now, almost. Okay. No worries. Great. And we welcome Peter Pupping.
Thank you very much. Sorry about the delay. As Hillel mentioned, my family came from the Netherlands, and we stopped in Long Beach for a while, lived there before we moved to San Diego. And my parents would once a month go to this Dutch club in Anaheim. And the house band was Van Halen. I'm not kidding. And it was actually Eddie Van Halen's parents, and his father was a sax player, and they had a dance band. And so I would tell my friends my parents were getting down and boogieing to Van Halen back in the day. So anyway, it's great to be here. Thank you, Hillel, for having me. And one of the things I'm going to start off with here is the song "Here Comes the Sun," which has been a really great song for us. I have another partner, guitar player, Fred Benedetti. We have an album called "Here Comes the Sun," and we were lucky enough to get our version played on a Super Bowl commercial a little while ago, and that was one fun thing. The other thing was I was playing at a resort here in Rancho Valencia, and I got to be friends with one of the ballet guys who took care of the celebrities, and they would come incognito. And I was playing a wedding, and on the recessional, this friend of mine who was the valet there, he takes care of the celebrities. He comes and whispers in my ear, "George Harrison's on the other side of the wall." And I was set to play "Here Comes the Sun." And so I said, "Thanks a lot." So anyway, here's one version on my 6-string ukulele I just got in Hawaii a little while ago.
Peter Pupping, folks. Peter mentioned Fred Benedetti, and Fred played at the Salon, the two prior Salons, and I saw them December during the holiday concert do this amazing duo, and it just struck me on how two guitars playing together so beautifully can have such an emotional impact on me. So I just want to say thank you, Peter.
Oh, you're welcome.
It was great. So we're going to take a 15-minute break, and I'll give you a 2-minute warning. And around the corner there's wine and there's some drinks and some snacks. The food will be put out right before the last performer. So no food right now, just snacks and drinks. So help yourself and come on back in 15 minutes. Thank you. Yeah, no, I know you mentioned. Just had a. Yeah, I know you mentioned. Doing it. All right. Action.
That's funny.
Touchdown. Oh, so that's how you do it.
Yeah, use a little bit of leverage.
Yeah. That's how you do it. And then he brings it up. And that comes out this way.
Right there's good for now.
Okay.
Get this other leg on for you.
It's remarkable. Who would thought? Who would have thought? That's how it goes.
This is a kind of a condition of old Steinways.
Yeah.
And we call it verdigris. It's like a corrosion or something that happens between in the action centers.
Yeah.
This is where the hinges are. And so the way it works is this piece of wood here has a hole in it.
Mm-hmm.
This piece of wood also has a hole in it, and there's a pin that pins these two pieces together. The pin fits tight in this piece here.
Mm-hmm.
In this piece, there's actually a wool cloth bushing in both sides, and so the pin rotates on that bushing, and so the pin and the bushing, some kind of stuff grows in there for some reason. I don't know.
Age.
Yeah, it's an age thing, but I think it has something to do with either maybe the cloth had something in it. It reacted with the pins.
I see.
And so the action freezes up.
Yeah.
And so we have this cleaning kind of solution
Oil,
that breaks
yeah.
that up. And it works pretty well. Sometimes you have to do it a couple of times.
Okay.
And but
So it's
it's
just
not-
greasing
it's
the
not-
joints.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not a and it and so it's usually this part that's affected, the
Interesting.
hammers.
Yeah.
And in this piano also this piece right here is affected. We call it a jack. And
Okay.
this
Yeah.
one is completely frozen. So if there's any
So
actually working.
the lubrication will at least help
I
it a
hope
little
so.
bit. Yeah.
It should. It's generally, yeah, see, these are that one's free, that one's slow. But anyhow,
Yeah.
we'll do this treatment and hopefully free up the action and do some regulation. But eventually you will, even though the hammers, I don't think this piano's been played all that much.
Yeah.
Because the
probably.
hammers look pretty healthy, look actually quite good, especially for the age.
Yeah.
But the rest of the parts are
So
not good.
so replacing the action would involve what? What exactly would that mean?
Basically replacing
The hammers, everything.
Generally, you replace everything that's screwed onto this rail and this rail.
Wow.
So it's this these two pieces get replaced.
I see. That sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a job.
It's a big job.
Yeah.
You could possibly save the hammers and rehang the hammers. It's generally not done.
It's not advised probably
Well,
because it's.
I don't know if it's advised or not because the hammers are not usually when a piano's at this stage.
Yeah.
Everything's
But for the 2 years prior, I was searching for this size piano, Model A, 6'4". I don't play piano, but I learned a lot about pianos. You know, there's 12,000 parts that make up a grand piano, which is remarkable, 88 keys. And when I found one that I thought was appropriate, I asked Danny, who's our next performer, to try it out because he has a son at home and he's a remarkable performer. I met Danny when he performed, and he's performed many years, multiple times with this great quartet and trio or whatever configuration. And I really appreciate you being.
So much for having me, Hillel. Really a treat to be here, and especially a treat to hear all the other performers. Yeah, one thing is when I get to perform a whole solo piano concert, I don't have to stress out about getting this song in or that one, but when it's a short one, it's like, oh my God, what am I going to play? So I recorded very recently a solo piano album. It's going to be coming out in October. And so I'm going to start out with a piece off of that one. It's not really even a piece. It's blues improv that I did, just kind of going into blues land. So I'm going to start there and see where that takes me, and then keep you posted on what's next. All right, thank you. Next up, I'd like to. Oh, we're in May now. I must have written this one a year ago. I'd like to play a song that I wrote last May called "Gray Day in May." Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. I'd love to get 2 more songs in there if that's all right with everybody. All right. One's going to be a gorgeous song that I very recently discovered by an artist named Judy Sill. Anybody heard of her? Yes. Tragic life that she had. But she left 3 incredible albums, and this is off of the 2nd album, and it's a piece of hers called The Kiss. And then I'm going to conclude with a piece that you probably will recognize by Stevie Wonder, I Wish. Oh yeah, one thing to mention on this one is that I have a group which is trio, piano, bass, drums with a string quartet, and we'll be playing later this month on May 19th downtown. And I arranged this piece I'm about to play for that group, so that's kind of why I'm so excited about it. So hope you enjoy it.
That was outstanding. Danny Green. Danny, amazing, amazing. So you can go onto the program to find the social media and the website for all of the performers tonight in the program, in the e-program, and that will put you onto Danny's website, and you can find out where he's playing next. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. That was amazing. Thank you so much. So up next, we are in for a treat. I first met Elena at Monique's salon. This is Monique Kulavanda, and she has her own salon, a very traditional salon. She's got 2 grand pianos. I can't compete, I'm sorry. But it's great having you here. And when I met Elena, I just knew she was someone very special. And then I saw and I heard her perform, and one of the things that she does, besides teaching and conducting and everything else, she runs the Friends of the Carmel Valley Library music program. Once a month they do an amazing program. And that's where I saw Elena and Cho-Hyun, just 2 amazing performers. So I'm really honored that you're here. And I'm learning, but they'll be performing obviously piano and flute piece by Francis Poulenc. So welcome, Elena and Cho-Hyun. Thank you.
maybe a little bit. Oh. That's all right. Maybe you can come. Should I come? Oh, you can bring it this way a little bit. Okay. I'm the boss. He called me the boss. All right. Okay. I have to. Well, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for having us. We're so grateful to be here. And as Hillel said, this is a community, so it's amazing. I know Monique, and I met you at La Jolla Symphony when I used to play there. Met Hillel at her place, so we're meeting each other at everybody's places, so this is great. Thank you for being here. How many of you have heard the Poulenc Flute Sonata before? Okay, that's my husband, never mind. He's heard me play it so many times, I'm surprised he even volunteered. Well, we're going to bring you into the classical realm, and my thing is stuck here. I apologize, on my key. That's going to be, I don't know how that happened. I don't want to pull it. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, the classical world. Francis Poulenc was a French composer, and he wrote this piece in 1957. And I was actually lucky enough to study, 3 of my teachers studied with the flutist, Jean-Pierre Rampal, who premiered this piece. And the word that came down, on the street, if you're a flutist, was that when Rampal was given the score, he said the music was unplayable. Like, it was so awkward and unplayable. You can't hear me? You want me to say that one more time? Is this better? Ooh, I feel like a pop star now. It's so close. So I was saying that I had 3 teachers who studied or worked with the flutist who premiered this piece in 1957. And when Jean-Pierre Rampal received the score, he said the music was so awkward and unplayable, he had to rework it with the composer. But after the premiere, this piece became one of the most iconic and popular flute pieces in the repertoire. So if you're a budding flutist, this is one of the pieces that you have to learn. It's on the list. So I was 15, and I learned this first movement, and I remember how difficult it was, but I practiced a little bit, so I think it'll be okay. What else? We're also lucky as flutists that someone reached out to this composer and asked him to write something for us. He actually kind of said no at first. And it was someone from the Library of Congress who said, we have funds, can you write a piece for winds or 2 pianos? And he kind of just hemmed and hawed, and eventually he succumbed and came up with this piece. So we're very, very lucky. After this piece came the oboe sonata, the clarinet sonata, the bassoon sonata. He liked woodwinds over strings, so sorry if you're a string player. I also want to just mention, too, that a sonata is different from, let's say, a concerto or an unaccompanied work, because it requires the 2 players to be equal in skill. And I'm very, very lucky. She's actually better than I am. This is my pianist. She's an amazing, amazing musician, so I'm really lucky to be working with her, because, this style of music is it's a kind of a feel. It's like, for jazz musicians, right? You have a feel. Some pieces have a feel, and so I'm really grateful to be working with someone who has that special feel for this style. So thank you so much. Enjoy this sonata. you so much.
Bravo. It was so enchanting. It just transported me to another place. I don't know about how you felt, but that was just lovely. Thank you so much. And Cho, amazing story. Go onto the website. She's a mom, and she all but gave up playing piano. Is that correct? And then she won a piano competition. And look at her now. Just really delightful. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. There we go. Thanks. Thanks, Charlie. So our final performance for this afternoon Salon is a duo, and I met them at different places and at different times. And they're both incredibly accomplished musicians. Ian Harland, when I first heard him play, this guy's cool. That's the only word that I could use, okay? And Joun is just so amazing on piano and keyboards, and they work so well together. Ian just released an album not so long ago, and Joun also contributed 2 or 3 songs to that. I'm not sure if they'll be performing one of those compositions tonight, but as far as I know, what they'll be performing today is Maurice Ravel and a composition by Joun and a Thelonious Monk piece to finish it off. So enjoy. Joun and Ian.
So he's got the pieces are right. The order is a little different.
Okay.
So we're going to start with one of mine, which is called Sixth Sense. And then we're going to play the Thelonious Monk piece. And then we're going to go right into a Ravel, a brief, it's sort of a subset of the Tombeau de Couperin, wonderful piece for piano. And inspired by a recording by the great Gary Burton, fantastic vibraphone player. And thanks to Hillel for these clips because the wind is a thing here. It's windy. All right. Yeah, we're good. So if you didn't, sorry, I wasn't speaking to the mic. So we're going to play a song of mine called Sixth Sense. And if you play the piano, you'll hear why it's called that. And then from that, we're going to play Thelonious Monk, beautiful song called Ask Me Now, and into a arrangement of the beginning of Ravel's Tombeau de Couperin. So hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Ian Harland, and John Opferkuch. Amazing. Before we break, I want to thank the musicians. I want to thank the volunteers, Lily, Joshua, Barbara, Janet, Jen, Jennifer Light, Naomi, Joel, Judy, Karen, and Michelle. In addition, I'd like to thank Patrick for doing the audio and Lily for doing the live streaming, and Jerry Olsher from Music Mart for helping as well. I don't know if anybody, I had some specially made cards with an inspirational quote that I'd like to give to everyone. If you didn't receive one, come up to me, please, and I'll give you one. And the next Salon is going to be on Sunday, October 18th. And it's going to be very special, and I hope you can join us. So I want to thank you all for making this just a really wonderful afternoon, evening. And thanks again. Please stay for food because there's going to be Mexican food behind. And here's John.
Give it up for Hillel and all the people that helped put this together. Yeah. Oh, cheers. Okay. Oh, man. All right. Oh, cheers. Oh, no.
Okay. Thanks, John. Thanks, Ian. That was amazing. Thanks for everybody for coming, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.